The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law. I hope you find this video and podcast helpful. If you need some help, please feel free to give us a call at 414-253-2080. That's 414-253-2080. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have several geographic locations for your convenience. We can also serve you completely virtually. Please enjoy the video.
Hi everyone, this is Matt with Learn About Law, and in this video I'm going to discuss a passenger's rights in a traffic stop in Wisconsin. Generally speaking, you can understand a passenger as having largely the same rights as a driver who has been pulled over by the police, with a few notable extras, reflecting the fact that they may not be under any suspicion of wrongdoing. Your first right is the right to remain silent, a right so important it is now ubiquitous due to the reading of Miranda rights in TV police procedurals. It nonetheless bears repeating that you always have the right to refuse questioning, and this also goes for when you are a passenger during a traffic stop. One thing to keep in mind: police do not need to inform you of this right until you are being formally arrested, so they will not begin a traffic stop by letting you know you can reject their questions. However, at no point during a traffic stop do you need to answer police questioning. If the traffic stop was initiated due to a failure to follow traffic laws, the right to remain silent extends to even questions regarding your name and identification. This due to the fact there is no basis for suspicion in a stop for traffic law violations against the passenger, as they were not the party who was driving. As such, you can decline to identify yourself in such situations. Informing the police you are availing yourself of your right to remain silent. You cannot be arrested for simply refusing to identify yourself when questioned as a passenger in a stop related to a traffic violation. Note, the right to remain silent, along with all the other rights in this list, is not a blank check to engage in rude or disrespectful behavior towards the police. Engaging in such behavior will do the party who is pulled over no favors, and depending on the severity of your response, could even open you up to further detainment or arrest. Remain polite, but firmly invoke your right to silence, using language along the lines of, "As I am not under suspicion of a traffic infraction, I am availing myself of my right to remain silent." Your second right is the right to not be unreasonably searched. Suspicion of a traffic violation is not reasonable grounds for a police officer to search a vehicle during a routine stop in Wisconsin. This is doubly true for the passenger who is ostensibly under no suspicion of a criminal or civil infraction, as they were not driving. In some situations, it may be appropriate for a police officer to check your person for weapons, but outside of this narrow scenario, generally speaking, there is no basis for the police to search a passenger during a traffic stop. Again, just as with the right to remain silent, you should always be polite with the police, while firmly and clearly availing yourself of your rights. There are a number of situations in which a police officer can search a vehicle during a traffic stop. Namely in the case of serious emergencies that require the officer to look through the vehicle for the safety of the passengers. In situations where contraband, such as illicit drugs or weapons, are in plain sight of the officer, when the smell of the vehicle makes it obvious cannabis is being transported or consumed by the passengers, or, importantly, when the officer has consent of either the driver or passenger. This last scenario is why it is important to never let a police officer bully or threaten you into allowing a search of your vehicle, as while you have the right to refuse, you can waive this right. Do not physically resist the police officer. However, clearly state, "I do not consent to a search of my person or the vehicle," in a calm but serious tone. Your third right is the right to object to an unreasonably long traffic stop. If you are in a vehicle that has been pulled over, you should be aware that the police can only detain the vehicle for what is considered a reasonable amount of time. For a simple traffic violation, This is not a significant amount of time, corresponding to roughly how long it takes to question the driver, run a background check, and deliver a traffic ticket or warning. Anything seriously beyond this time period qualifies as legally unreasonable, and as a passenger in a traffic stop, you can object to such a detainment of the vehicle. Note, justifications on the part of the police, such as waiting for a drug unit to inspect the car from outside, do not form a reasonable basis during a routine traffic stop, without a valid reason for suspicion. This again may be a time when you need to politely but firmly invoke your rights, saying something along the lines of, "Officer, are we under arrest or suspicion of a crime? If not, are we free to go?" Never attempt to convince the driver to leave until you have affirmative confirmation from the police that you are free to go, as an attempt to end detainment where the police do have reasonable suspicion to detain you could leave serious charges. Lastly, there is the right not to share information regarding a lack of documentation. This can be understood as a subsection of the right to remain silent, but it is also so critically important that a passenger in a traffic stop understand they have this right, it warrants its own discussion. It is possible that during a traffic stop, a police officer might pick up on cues that would lead them to believe the occupants of the pulled over vehicle lack legal documentation to lawfully be in the United States of America. This could lead to a line of questioning in which an officer would demand or request identification on the part of the passenger. In a routine stop related to a traffic violation, there is no reasonable grounds for the police to raise this line of questioning. As the passenger, you are under no suspicion of wrongdoing, and as such, do not need to answer any line of questions, provide any identification on request or demand, or provide proof of legal immigration status. The police are not able to arrest you for simply refusing to identify yourself. However, if you engage with the police officer and reveal any information regarding your status, this can be used by the police or Immigration and Customs Enforcement to take legal action against you, including deportation, should be found to be in the country illegally. Thank you for watching, and to learn more, check out our article linked below. And be sure to leave any questions you have in the comments, and subscribe for more legal content daily.
Hi again, this is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law. I hope you enjoyed the video and podcast. If you did, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to our channel. If you need legal help in this or any other area of law, please don't hesitate to reach out to schedule a consultation. Most consultations are free and can be conducted remotely if you'd like. You can email us, book online, or call us at 414-253-2080. That's 414-253-2080. We have many locations for your convenience, and we serve all of Wisconsin. Thanks again for watching.